Now that we've had Sparrow Racing back for a couple of weeks, and everyone's had a decent chance to get their feet good and wet, let's take a look at what the game got right and what they got wrong with SRL for 2016. Hi, I'm your host, Mighty Mr. Mustache, the mightiest mustache in the universe, and today we're going to take a talk and a review of SRL for Destiny. Now, there's no denying that SRL is a ton of fun, at least on a very superficial level. It isn't hard to get reasonably good at racing, and the majority of the sparrows in your inventory are just fine for racing with on a pretty level playing field. And if the tracks are kind of clustered and messy, at least they're clustered and messy for everyone in the race, not just you. So the question I ask myself is, why is it so damn frustrating to play sometimes? It just seems like no matter how well you handle that sparrow, how well you take the turns and find that perfect line in the straightaways, you wind up coming in near the bottom after leading the first two laps. So what's the deal? Sorry for the very bad Jerry Seinfeld impersonation. First and foremost, it's important to note that there is no way SRL was ever designed to be truly competitive. There's just too many random factors involved. There's actual enemies on the track shooting at you, and there's horrible collision physics that make most races feel kind of like a demolition derby. In fact, I'm kind of excited for a chance to make private matches just so all the guys in my clan can have a demolition derby. Now, sure, these rules apply to everyone, and you could bump other sparrows right back when they start deciding to play bumper cars. But if SRL was truly trying to be a test of racing skill, there would probably be a greater penalty for treating it like Mario Kart. At least, that's what I would hope for. Now, of course, the big thing to remember is that Destiny's a loot grind, and so no review would be complete without a good look at the loot that you can get from this year's SRL. On this one, they got a 10 out of 10 from my book. There's some great improvements, especially over the last one. The armor pieces for Sparrow Racing themselves can be used in the rest of the game fairly well. I mean, you lose a PvE perk here and there, but it isn't as big a deal as you would think. You can infuse it, there are great ornaments, and I managed to get a full set plus ornaments without spending a dime over the course of a day of racing, so it really wasn't a big deal. Getting to S-Class took me some doing for racing, but with the help of my clanmates, one actually let me win one race just to finish it off, I managed it in a day or two for two characters. Hitting rank 5 in SRL and getting the full prize package, along with filling out the Dawning Festival's little coloring book of achievements, took about the same time. So the question becomes, now what? And in the second week of SRL, I've noticed a trend in the races that I've played. More and more racers are playing just to bump and smash or run each other off the track or just be trolls. And considering I managed to finish all of my challenges on two of my characters in about 10 hours of play, it's easy to see why. I'm no elite racer or player, I'm just your average everyday gamer. With no reason to actually race, players get bored, and nothing turns an average gamer into an absolute troll like being bored. If there's no reward for doing the bounties, or ranking up, or finishing in the top 3, then players will start to make their own fun, and very often that fun will come at the expense of the poor guys who showed up late and just want to finish some part of the SRL questline. I know as well as anyone that we'll always have some trolls in a game. You can't get rid of all of them. The best we can hope for is that the game itself is entertaining and rewarding enough to keep the majority of players focused on actually getting through it. And therein lies what could be a solution to the problem of SRL losing its racing spirit a little quickly. How about we keep the reward stream going past rank 5 in the S-Class license? Give the players something to always be reaching for, even if it's mostly cosmetic items just for bragging rights. Institute a team racing challenge for fire teams to finish first, second, and third. Bring in a Trials of Osiris style 3-man elite race on a much less random track with no collision physics. Have a winner's circle like the Lighthouse and Trials with a championship sparrow, shader, ornaments. Everything I just suggested are ideas I came up with in the 5 minutes before I started typing up this article, so there's no reason a AAA game developer with time to kill couldn't manage even better. I've really enjoyed SRL for the most part, and I think it was a success this year, but it does feel like a lazy throwaway gift to keep us quiet and keep us from whining about a lack of content leading up to Destiny 2. I don't want to sound like some elite get good type gamer because that would be a horrendous lie. I'm a totally average gamer with totally average gameplay. So when I tell you that I seriously feel like Destiny and other similar games, kind of like The Division that I also play, are going a bit too far down that yay everyone gets a trophy path, you'll know that I'm not asking for a Dark Souls makeover here. I'm not a masochist who solos the Nightfall with a broken joystick just for kicks. It kind of just feels like it's a bit too easy to get literally every box checked off in year 3. I mean, the raid is fun and it's challenging, but aside from, let's say, Heroic Raid and maybe the Trials of
Sparrow
Osiris,
Racing.
the rest of the game kind of feels either like it's really too easy to beat the challenges, or in the case of Sparrow Racing, you just need to be a bit lucky and get into a race where your opponents don't slam you off the track for fun. It isn't hard to finish top 3 in a race as long as you actually get to race. And that's where I think SRL lost some points for me. A couple of weeks of racing makes a fantastic diversion from the usual grind of a game in its 3rd year with no content on the horizon. It just needed to be executed a little better, either with better designed tracks that allowed for some serious competition, or a split between the wild and crazy pod racing tracks we have here, and some more pro league tracks for the players who want to race for real. Now, you can agree, or not, and feel free to let me know if you do in the comments below. If you're looking to come and do some Sparrow Racing with me or any of my friends here on PlayStation 4 and Destiny, or any other game that could have a plan, check out our recruitment video we'll be putting up later this week and on how to join us, and you can send an application. I want to thank you for taking the time to listen to me have my little rant here, and I wish you a good day and good gaming.